Good evening, beautiful friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ekomananda. Today I'm going to share with you some of the key jhana information. Recently, I did a few social media posts. Some of them incorporate my sharing about knowledge, the acquired and the borrowed knowledge versus the inward obtained knowledge. Now, the inward knowledge, self-knowledge about who I am, it is normally attained through steadfast, long period of meditation. And the acquired knowledge is through all sorts of forms. Now, what I meant to say that the acquired knowledge or borrowed knowledge is a hindrance. The reason I said that is because if we stay in our belief, our perception on the knowledge that we acquired through time, and that forms who we are. And that's what the mind does. And we will slowly, layer by layer, break down the information and to understand the difference between acquired knowledge and the self-knowledge. So welcome to jhana, it's absorption. Before we went to the content first, please watch this page. Remember, do not believe in whatever that I say, nor disbelieve in whatever I say. Do not be a blind follower in any leaders, spiritual sage, professors, experts, or even God. Believe in yourself. In the yogic term, jnana means knowledge. It is always concerned with what is real and what is not real. In order to address that, we look at a few components, which we'll look at what is jhana and the 9 different levels of jhana. Of course, the very common chakra system. The Hindu system nominates the 7 chakra, or the most commonly known 7 chakras. The Jainism says there is 9, and the Buddhism system says that there is 12. Now, all of them are right or correct. Depends on what actually you acknowledge or you think that is more resonate with your own study. And we'll also go through the 4 pathways of yoga. Of course, it will cover the 8 limbs of yoga system and the different types of samadhi. And this will help us understand what sort of mode are we in right now with our own life. What relationship do we have in understanding the self? First, let's look at the jhana, the knowledge. Now, as you can see from the bottom, rising up to the right side, first we have the number 1 level of knowledge about the physical body. The physical body is that what temperature does the body prefer to live in? What sort of food suit this body? What sort of bed is more comfortable? And my body is aching. Where? What happened to the body? So all this physical information, the understanding about that. And then we move to the next level, the emotions. I'm sad. Why I'm sad? I'm happy. Why I'm happy? I'm feeling joyful. I'm feeling content. Why these emotions and these sensations are happening to this body? You have certain understanding as in how you have arrived to this point of state of being. And next level we go, it goes up to the mental level. You understand how your mind forms this sort of thought. You are logical in processing the information, understand who you have come to be as the individual self. And when we obtain this level of understanding, we go to the higher level, slightly higher level, the astral level, which you will experience some sort of a peace And this peace comes and goes, depends on the level of meditation. If you stay and stabilize in this level of peace, you go to experience infinite space. Now, infinite space, Nisargadatta experience this, or Nisargadatta states this is actually pure darkness. And my guru says this is self-realization. Now, when you borrow information from different systems, different gurus, different teachers, we perhaps will explain the information in a slightly different order, or some of the levels will be split into two different levels. But this system gives you a general framework. As I said, do not blindly follow. So, for my individual experience, the infinite space is you experience the expansiveness. You experience the light during your meditation, or some of the profound spiritual awakening experiences. You might be even visited by God. Now, the darkness is actually not scary at all. I purposely produced an environment that was so dark, and I even go deeper, and I created physically and mentally. I just put myself into a very dark environment and noticed it's not scary at all. It is nothing compared to the dark that constructed by the mind. Right? The mind thinks that somebody's always out there behind the curtain trying to harm me, or there's a ghost, there's just different devils around, and all of this information. Now, this is created by the mind to, I think it is based on your past experiences, right? Your memories, your knowledge, and we will go through that in a short while. And from self-realization, from self-expansive about your individuality, you sort of connect to the cosmic energy, the cosmic self. And that is when you realize the consciousness. Now you realize you are the universe and the universe is within you. And this state is also not permanent. Now, many of us have already experienced this, even through of your psychedelic experience. So the psychedelic substance will provide from stage 4 to stage 6, and you travel in between around these experiences, but this is not permanent, right? And then you advance further, stabilize in the Sahaja state. Once you reach stage 6, you are getting the flavor and the taste of Sahaja. Sahaja is the natural state of existence. And once you stabilize in Sahaja and the non-duality Advaita, Vedanta, Advaita, this state will kick in. The non-dual This state gives you the understanding or experiences that there's no darkness. There's also not light anymore, meaning in your meditation, you experience nothingness, blankness. It's just blank. There's no bliss anymore. So if you are experiencing stage 4 to stage 6, some of you would caught up in that stage, because those stages gives you the samadhi experiences, that the bliss, that meeting God experiences, that the peace, and the attachment will happen because we wanted to stay with God. Now we have to let that go. Or when you have a guru around you, the guru will hold space and help you to achieve or experience that non-duality. Because as long as duality is in the mind or being recognized by the individual mind, the critical mind, and you will discern, you will discriminate darkness. But when you enter the state of nothingness, non-duality, you do not see darkness as darkness. You transcend darkness into light, and you become light, but you're not arrogant with light, which means you would not convert light into darkness, because too much light at the beginning and people get very comfortable with it. People become arrogant, and that's when light becomes darkness. And within level 4 to level 6, darkness and the light exchanges. But when you get to non-duality, you stay in that mode of non-duality. And from this, you stabilize in nothingness. You continue to expand your awareness. You are completely absorbed in non-perception. The mind no longer is there. It's there, but sorry, the mind is no longer there. The mind will be absorbed and you will behave not normal. Well, a normal mind sees or meets such a person whose mind has been absolutely absorbed, and this person is a living God, is a sage. And this person has a city power, and he or she has no questions at all. It's the state of neither perception nor non-perception. And that enters the absolute stage. And sedation is the non-experiential state. And we cannot explain or describe it even by word, because the body will cease to exist. And yourself, the universe, in whatever form that may be possible. Now, as you can see, from level 1 to level 5, the chakra system belongs there, right? And that is the common 7 chakra system. We're going to look at that in a moment. From the Muladhara chakra, the base chakra, sit in the bottom of the spine, and to crown chakra. Now, the most important chakra for a human to reach or to experience the cosmic consciousness, the crown chakra, has to be open. Now, it depends on the opening degree or the purity of the mind. You go higher and higher. And come back, if you look at the left side of the chart, level 1, 2, 3, is the body-mind identity. And this is where all the critical function of the mind step in. And this is where the acquired knowledge, the borrowed knowledge, is significantly profound here. And when the mental mind is very strong, when you have strong mental knowledge, you live in your life with the mode that I create my life. As in, my life happens according to me. Now, your solar plexus chakra would be very, very open. And once we go stage 4, your third eye chakra is open. And infinite space, your crown chakra begins to open. And then you continue to advance from there. And you can see from the 6th chakra, from the 6th level to the 9th level, we are experiencing pure cosmic consciousness. Now, to talk about the jnanas, we have to understand the 7 chakras, as the 7 chakras governs our day-to-day lives. The first and 5th level of jnana, the knowledge that we actually live in on a day-to-day basis, it all has strong association with the physical body. Now, when animals, the base chakra, the Muladhara chakra, the color is red. When animals, the Muladhara chakra is activated, when they attain that level of opening, they becomes human. So we first operate at the Muladhara chakra. Now, when Muladhara chakra is blocked, is not opening, we experience fear. We experience anxiety. We have bad relationship with our parents. We have no idea what I am. We live in the victim mode. And next chakra, Swadhisthana chakra, this is the most important chakra for a human to function. Now, this chakra governs all of our relationship. Therefore, the element is water. Water represents emotions, and the color is orange. Now, in the yogic practice, if we fully opening and activating the Swadhisthana chakra system, we dissolve all of our karmas. Right? This is a very powerful chakra. And so it's very important for any individual come to this information and knowledge. And you wanted to find a method and specific yoga postures to even activate, transcending, opening, purifying all of your relationships. And then continue to goes up to Manipura chakra. Manipura chakra is the chakra that governs our drive, our force, our determination to succeed in any field that we want to be succeeding. And most people, I'd say 99.99 people, live at this level, the base 3 chakras. The Kundalini energy does sit in the root chakra, Muladhara chakra, and we have to lift that Kundalini energy, pushing it up to Swadhisthana chakra, to Manipura chakra, and then you begin to work on your higher chakra. Anahata chakra governs love, self-love, and loving others. Now, these two needs to be balanced. What happened in the spiritual work, light workers, a lot of light workers have these issues, loving too much of others and feel not good enough, not worthy to receive. Now we look at the past life experiences, we look at the parental relationships, we look at soul contracts, all of this information, this all fall under the consciousness world from 1 to 6 level of knowledge. And from Anahata chakra, we move above to the throat chakra, Vishuddhi. Now, Vishuddhi chakra, the importance of Vishuddhi. Vishuddhi governs the ability to express our ideas of thought, emotions. When Vishuddhi is open, you tell the truth. Now, when Vishuddhi is not working while you hold yourself, you cannot express your ideas, you cannot be who you are. When you're trying to be who you are, you feel unauthentic. Vishuddhi chakra also governs the ability to feel the thirst, to feel hunger. So in India, there is this sacred practice, you roll your tongue back, that's called Khetri Mudra. Now, when you master Khetri Mudra, your tongue will block the throat, and which stop the Bindu. Bindu is 1 inch below your crown chakra behind. And this Bindu creates this liquid called nectar. Now, nectar is not a nectar yet for a normal person. It is actually poison. The poison will drop passing crown, which is the pituitary gland, and passing the third eye, which is the pineal gland, passing that through the throat and drop down all the way to Manipura. When this poison drop down to Manipura chakra, the body will absorb this poison. That is when disease, old age, death happens. So the sacred practice to stop this poison coming down to Manipura chakra will help you to achieve the hibernation. So those sage, those monks, those gurus, they sit in the cave, meditated for 10, 20, 40 years, and never come out. They become stone. Now, Vishuddhi chakra need to happen, need to open in order to achieve those phenomena. Move up, we have Ajna. Ajna, somebody called Agam. Agam chakra is the psychic ability. You just know things. Now, Agam chakra is intimately connected to Manipura chakra. Without opening your Manipura chakra, your Agam chakra cannot open. Now, when your Agam chakra is open, your Manipura chakra is actually also very active as well. Now, Agam chakra begin to connect to your inner knowing. Of course, when Agam chakra is opening, so the basic 6 chakra is all opened, balanced, you're ready for samadhi or higher level of samadhi. And most people don't reach that level. So now you understand the 7 chakra system. We're going to look at the 4 parts of a yogi, 4 parts of a yoga. There is Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Raja Yoga. Now, the entire presentation is actually about Jnana Yoga. Why do I share this knowledge? Now, jnana yoga is the fastest method to attain the highest knowledge, which is enlightenment. But that is not my goal. Do not set samadhi or enlightenment your goal. It happens when it meant to happen. What is karma yoga? Karma yoga is your relationship with others and your relationship with self. It's all the past life information, current life experiences, and possibly your future life. Now, Bhakti yoga is devotion service to God. People who live in ashram forever serve their gurus, that's bhakti yoga. And people who practice daily yoga, meditation, chanting, and that's bhakti yoga. People who cooking for the ashram, that's bhakti yoga. And if you serve your community and ask for no money, that's bhakti yoga. That's part of karma, but also it's bhakti. But typically, bhakti is associated with any of the acts and services that you rendered to a god, a physical god, or a traditional god, or in your culture or religious practice. That's all bhakti yoga. And jnana yoga is bestowing or receiving of knowledge. So if you understand the nice jnana system, you have obtained knowledge from each level, you are straight away, you're passing through the highest level of knowledge. And this is developed or obtained through steadfast, profound meditation. And Raja Yoga is the practice, or is actually including all of these systems. It's including all the physical practice, the Hatha Yoga, Kundalini, Vinyasa, Yin Yoga, all of those, the controlling of the mind and the physical body, or mastering your physical practice. That's Raja Yoga. Now, Karma Yoga, everybody is on a Karma Yoga path, whether you like it or not. So now we can look at the eight limb system of yoga. Yama Niyama, which is the dealing with environmental, and that is the Karma Yoga. Yama is how we treat others. There's 5 principles under Yama. The first is ahimsa, that is to not harm others. And second is to be honest, and third is not hoarding, and so far and so on. Niyama is how we treat ourselves, being honest, feel content, we continuously practice self-knowledge, and we worship whatever God that might be relevant to you. So Yama Niyama is Karma Yoga, and it's us, how we deal with environment. And we move this, that is through many lives of experiences taking on different bodies, we learn how to treat others and we learn how to treat self. Once we have mastered these 2 environmental practices, we are ready to asana practice. Asana is the physical yoga practice, okay? Tree pose, right? Warrior 1. And warrior 2. So all of these postures. So physical asana practice is that's the physical yoga. Now, when you get ready for asana, when you advance your asana, when you get very steady with your kundalini, with your ashtanga, with your ayanga, you are preparing for pranayama. Because all of these asana, pranayama is breath work, right? Nadi Shodhana, yogic breath, humming bee breath. Now, all of these is cleansing the energy, cleansing the nadis. And once all the nadis being cleansed, we achieve left and right balance, we are ready to practice the next level of pratyahara. Pratyahara is withdrawal of senses. Now, because the 5 sense organs, the tasting and hearing, sighting, touching, all of these created of attachment to the physical world. We like nice clothes, beautiful sound, great food, touches, right? All of these. Now, we need to withdraw our senses in order to practice concentration. So withdraw the senses first, and this will happen in some of your meditation. You don't feel cold. You don't feel the pain. You're not bothered by the sound. And the mosquitoes biting you is fine. And when you master withdraw 5 senses, you're ready to practice dhyana. Dharana. Dharana is concentration. Now, the most common meditation practice is the one-point focus practice. Whatever system that you do, many teachers or practitioners, they do use this one-point focus method to deepen your meditation. Now, when you can focus on one object, could be a picture of a master, could be sound, could be a mantra, a song, or just an object, right? And you're ready for steady, comfortable sitting, proper meditation. Meditation, there are different kinds. That depends on what system you follow. I've learned from the Buddha system, Vipassana. So I've sat there for 10 days, and ever since I've been regularly practice, and these days I practice at least 3-4 hours a day meditation yoga, and sometimes the whole day I just meditate. And this can happen when you grasp the different level of knowledge. Now you don't just simply jump from one level to two. Sometimes from level 1 to level 2, from the 4th level to the 5th level, it takes a long period of time. And there are people who develop or who jump from level 4 to level 5, level 7 with samadhi real quick, but there are others takes lifetimes, or they meditate 20-30 years, they don't get what is samadhi. And this can all happen. Therefore, we need a guru. Well, the guru will bestow information and knowledge. Well, we consider that as acquired knowledge or borrowed knowledge. As I said, do not stay in acquired knowledge or borrowed knowledge. We need to expand our knowledge, challenge the knowledge, question the knowledge, whether that is true or not, because your experience is going to be different to mine, and that is okay. And you're not going to receive the exact samadhi experience as what I'm experiencing. And what I'm experiencing in meditation may be different to yours, but more or less across the world, and the framework that I've been offering here, that provides as a point of reference for you to consider where you are at. And once we are comfortable to sit steady for a long period of time, samadhi will happen. We will explain samadhi in different levels in the next slide. And so you can see from Pachahara, Dharana, Dhyana, and Samadhi, we are working with the mind. We no longer deal with the body. We no longer even deal with the energy. However, you do need to have this foundation, right? If your energy is not pure, it's a lot of darkness, a lot of trauma there. You cannot sit down to restore your senses. It's not so easy. If your relationship is bad with your children, with your husband, and everybody hates you, or you sense that everybody hates you, you cannot sit, you cannot focus on that sunlight, on the God picture for that long. And sometimes it takes 5 years to get to that one beginning sense of samadhi. So this is the 8 limbs of system, and you master one level and it goes down all the way until you reach samadhi. And remember, samadhi is not your goal. So this is a different picture, explains the 8 limbs of the system, and it also actually explained, shows different level yama, ahimsa, non-harming, that covers not physically harming, but also not verbally harming others, not mentally or emotionally harming others. What you say, what you do, everything becomes relevant. Therefore, we need to be mindful with the words that we use to others and to ourselves. Satyan, truth-telling, it is all about our words. You have to tell the truth, right? Occasionally you tell the white lie, but you have to determine whether that's satyan or not. The next one is brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is moderation, everything in moderation. Not too much, not too little, right in the middle somewhere. We also call, in Chinese, we call that the middle way. Not your way, not my way, somewhere in the middle. And that's good because everybody likes, to compromise a little bit. Asteya, non-stealing. Now, this non-stealing, not just about a physical item you're stealing or money you're stealing from others, but also including emotions. Well, love, right? You're having an affair with somebody else, that's you're stealing a relationship, stealing a love that belongs to somebody else. Aparigraha, non-attachment. But this is the hard one, right? There's a physical attachment, emotional attachment, mental attachment to who we are. This is something we always working on it through life and life. In niyama, there are the 5 principles of niyama. Is how we treat ourselves. Number 1, socha, a clean environment, a clean mind, a clean energy, right? If people do not like you, if you do not like people, if people are draining your energy, cut off. And we do therapy work. And the therapy work step in to help you to change your memory and to cut off from those past trauma. Santosa, contentment, we feel joy. And Santosa won't happen if you do not practice moving meditation like gardening, singing, loving family. So if you have nothing that you enjoy doing, you cannot achieve Santosa. Let alone, meditation. Meditation will come later when we master the first 6 steps. And tapas. Tapas is have passion. Have passion for love, something that you truly love doing. Even without the pain, you would be happily doing it for the rest of your life. We need to have that tapas. We need to have that passion for life. Swadhyaya, self-study. Now this is jnana. What do you know about who you are? Do we just know the self with physical, emotional, mental? Is that all? Are you attached with your name, David? Are you a CEO? Or I have cancer. Are you attached with a disease? Let it go. Self-study. What do you know who you are? Next, Iswara. Iswara is surrender. Some says it's worship to God. Now, God, this word is a bit itchy. Some people don't like the word God. And then God means the divine consciousness, means the infinite light and wisdom. And surrender to that. In that, you realize who you are. You are God. You are the creator. You are Brahma. You are Param Brahman. So we have to master one and next and move to the next, preparing for steady, profound meditation in order to achieve samadhi. Here we have this samadhi system that is defined or has been explained by Patanjali. As I said, this is just a point of reference. Now, overall, from this chart, we can see there are 6 levels of samadhi. From stage 1 to stage 4, they all belong to Savikalpa Samadhi. It is also called that Samprajata Samadhi. Now, within this level, the Samadhi is temporal, meaning the Samadhi comes and goes. And many of us have experienced this level of samadhi. If you practice breath work, if you practice kundalini, if you practice chakra opening, a healing session, this can happen to you. The first level is Savitaka Samadhi. Now, this level of samadhi is a prescribed meditation method. You chant with a specific sound, you sing your mantra, you use light, you gaze light, or you gaze a god's deity's photo, or you just look at a candle, and you will experience that object will disappear. That object can expand, can become many things, and eventually becomes light, or can be any forms. And this is, we have the mind is still working with us. The mind will resonate, okay, we don't need this sort. I'm meditating. So the mind can discern, can have certain level of control and come back down to meditation. And many people have experienced this, right? So we meditate with an object or with an action. And next, when you stabilize in Savitaka actually there are two stages here as well, but we're not going to go too much detail, but just some sort of framework, you have an idea of what is Samadhi. Samadhi itself typically means blissful state of beingness. The next stage is Savichara. Savichara is the reflection stage. You sort of are reflecting on what's happening in the mind with your thoughts. And when this state happens, you will experience God visiting you. You will experience that light, right? The light form, God enter you, you're meeting God. Or you sort of become God as well, become that deity. You realize this, okay, I am the reincarnation of that God. I'm reincarnation of Vishnu. I'm reincarnation of Lakshma. And you will experience short time and space experience. Like another meditation feels like 5 minutes. And because of the bliss sensation, that pure joy, now many yogi will develop attachment to this stage and they try to stay there. That's not real. I remember anything temporal is not real. They disappear. Anything can change its form. Anything does not last forever is not real. And remember, don't believe in what I said, nor disbelieve in what I said. And let's sit on that first. And once you master your savichara, stabilize in it, and do not attach to this blissful sensation, you begin to move your sananda stage. Sananda stage is the cease of ahamkara. Now, ahamkara is one of the mind function. We go to that. There are 4 parts of the mind. The one part of the mind is identity, is ego. In sananda stage, the mind, identity stops working. We do not identify with myself as Apple. We do not identify myself as a manager, a CEO, a wife, a mom. Gone. All of those. And from here, we started to turning inward. We're not concerned with the external world. And we begin to experience joy and bliss for no reason. For no reason. You're just happy. You're just peaceful. Because you're no longer attached to your physical identity. Gone. Once you stabilize here, once you begin to look inward, you get a hand of it. You're not attached to this samadhi. You're not attached with meeting God. You're not attached with time and space being disappeared or this light bubbling, right? You go to the next stage. Next stage is you're going to have a intimate orgasm with the universe. You become God. You become the creator. So what happened to me is I felt that I am the Brahman, I am the creator. Everything actually derives from me. Everything also comes out from me. And I see myself in everybody, in everything, and everything returns back to me. So you develop that intimate relationship with the universe, with everybody. You become love and light. At this level, you begin to develop that city power. I'm not saying that I have city power, and who knows, but don't get caught up with this attachment, these labels. You will experience this different stage of samadhi if you concentrate on steady, fast, profound meditation. From here, or even from ecstasy, bliss stage, sananda, you begin to have this knowledge come out from yourself, right? So this is the inward knowledge, the knowledge from the self. You do not need to use it, acquire the knowledge anymore. You're able to discern what is true, what is not real once you get to stage 4. And you begin to stabilizing I am. You get a taste, you experience I am that I am. You kind of sort of begin to step up into consciousness, but you realize you sort of You can create everything. So from stage 1 to stage 4, to me, I see this is all within consciousness. It's the jhana, stage 1 to stage 6. You might want to go back to check out the stage 1. Let's just actually quickly go back to stage 1 to stage 6. Yeah. So to me, the Selvikalpa stage is actually happens from jhana level 1 to jhana level 5. Once you obtain jhana level 5, you have experienced certain sort of level of belief, samadhi, and you have to stabilize in consciousness, right? So we come back to the samadhi. The first 4 stage, what happens is any yogi, any king meditator, any truth seeker have experienced it, but he cannot preserve this samadhi outside of meditation, which means this person is not a moving meditator yet, right? We spend an hour, 2 hours sitting meditate, hoping to acquire samadhi. But as soon as we come out of the meditation, the body jump back to the conscious mind, the critical mind step in, and you begin to function as a normal person. So that's the difference. So when you achieve or experience Sasmita stage, you have the city power. Of course, you're going to sit longer because you experience samadhi, and the body perhaps will have this natural desire to sit down. And then you begin to steadfast experience stage 5, non-duality. Remember what I said, from stage 1 to stage 4 is within the consciousness sphere. Consciousness, including darkness and lightness, the person may or may not has the ability to transform or transpire darkness into light. And he or she might get caught up with attachment to these beautiful sensations and thinking, well, now I'm different. Now I've experienced samadhi. Now I'm a master, right? And so this sort of thing can happen. Remember, do not get caught up with attachment with this different samadhi state. Be humble. So continue to steadfast, practice your daily meditation and stabilize in yourself in sahaja. Sahaja state is the natural state of beingness. Sahaja. We have had videos. The first video that I created with Sunyata explains what Sahaja. There's a meditation led by Sunyata. I encourage you to watch that video, and it's brilliant. It immediately deepening your meditation state. You will experience Sahaja or Samadhi state much easier. And non-dual will end your samsara. Samsara is the life and death cycle. So predominantly all religions, many system, not all religions, many system, many philosophical system, Hindu, Buddhism, we believe in life and death, right? We believe in past lives, or they believe in. I mean, I don't care. Samsara is ending the life, death cycle, and there's no more. Well, there is consciousness, but I before consciousness there, universe is there, but I arrives before consciousness. And just contemplate on that. And this might take some time for you to actually digest what is non-duality. Because the moment that you attach with your body mind, the non-dual will not kick in. And this comes from steadfast, profound meditation. I repeat this, steadfast, profound meditation. You cannot know or experience the non-duality by the mind. It's actually quite difficult to be understood or comprehend by the mind, because non-duality happens to me. It's in my steadfast, profound meditation. And you let go all attachment, not even love. From stage 1 to stage 4, when you experience samadhi, and this happened to many of my spiritual friends, to want a loving relationship. They are looking for that beautiful another half. In stage 5, let it go. You're having a loving affair with everybody, not a particular person. Doesn't bother me. You appear as light and love. You can have a relationship with everybody. People recognize that light within you. Isn't that beautiful? Because if you have a love affair with a single one person, I mean, it depends how you're going to spend your time with, how you define yourself, right? So contemplate on that. And you become a moving meditator. You sustain this samadhi state when you are out of meditation, because you brought that sahaja state from the background. So to understand the sahaja, we need to understand the other 3 states: the waking state, the sleeping state, and the dreaming state. Now, behind this is the sahaja state. Sahaja state is always there, but this state will cover up the sahaja state, right? So when you do your PowerPoint, you bring this item to the front, the other item to the back, you can see someone that's covering behind, right? So sahaja first step behind for you to concentrate on your meditation, whatever technique that might be, sahaja come forward. So from stage 1 to stage 4, it's dancing around sahaja, samadhi, real life or non-real life, physical identity, dreaming state. It dances around, right? It's sort of like this relationship. But when you reach the stage 5, you achieve nirvikalpa stage. You absorb the whole universe. You're constant in meditation, and sahaja step forward. Sahaja is here. Your waking state behind, dreaming state behind, and your deeper sleep state is also behind. So your consciousness is always there. You're actually watching yourself all the time, but you're not concerned with your physical life. So steadfast, profound meditation will produce that experiences. And what is Kaivalya? My understanding is this person is fully absorbed in reality and fully realized, and he thus attained enlightenment. He acts as a living God. So the living prophet that I know of is we have Mother Mira, we have Ictoli, we have Harold Clamp, the Dream Master, and there may be others as well. And I meditated with Mother Mira. I love just feeling her presence around me, within me, and it's absolutely beautiful. And so in that state, basically, it's just silence. Nothing needs to be spoken, and you cannot even describe that. You are absolutely absorbed, understand who I am. I am that I am. Now, this highest level, really, I cannot explain by words. You have to really steadfast practice your profound meditation. Now we understand the samadhi system. This is another picture of the samadhi. And it's good to have some sort of information. You can see it's the first level of samadhi corresponds with releasing the desire to obtain things. You're not attached to physical items, letting go. Right? Downsizing is a big thing. The exercise we practice is to practice concentration. Remember, before concentration, we practice withdrawal of senses, right? And the focus is the conscious mind. We deal with the conscious mind, okay? The conscious mind is like a monkey mind. A million of things is disturbing our meditation. You come back. Come back with looking at the candle, looking at God's picture, chanting a song, like that. And next level is releasing desire to do things. Now, this is what I'm feeling. I just don't feel like to do anything. Less is more. So I'm shrinking my 3 websites into 2, eventually to 1. I'm trying to do less, right? I'm only seeing 1, 2, 3 clients a week, and that's enough for me. I don't want to see many people. I don't want to intertwine with people. I want to stay pure Zen within my own sphere. I can just meditate Zen in. And so in here, you practice dharana. You practice concentration. So the chart is not accurate. Yeah? Pratyahara is actually means withdraw of senses. And so you can see my cursor. Dharana actually means concentration. Dhyana means meditation. So at the stage 2 of samadhi, we practice subconscious mind, sort of connecting with yourself. And you learn how to control your senses, and you sort of release desire. And if these things can actually happens to you without you actually looking for, but of course, if you are very disciplined in your daily meditation practices, it will just come to you. The third level samadhi is you just have no reason, you're just happy. You don't feel sorry anymore. And this level of happiness sometimes is not showing on the face, but the person just feel itself. And other people might find this person, the inquirer, is a little bit indifferent, but the person itself will just experience endless bliss. So the focus practice, the exercise is just meditation. And here we absorb the memory. And you release all of the sorrow. It doesn't really matter. It's all not real, right? It all happens in different fragmentations of the mind. We just let it go. We release ahamkara. We release the ego, which we welcome to the sasmiti samadhi. And we're letting go of the ego. We're deepening our state of meditation and sort of begin to enter the superconscious mind. So this, we actually sort of explore from conscious mind to subconscious mind, and we go deeper to the subconscious mind. When the subconscious mind surfaces and stabilizes, you achieve nirvikalpa samadhi. Nirvikalpa samadhi, you do need a master, a guru to hold you from the force sasmita samadhi to nirvikalpa samadhi. Otherwise, you go nuts. You don't know what's happening, and a few can also happen in amongst this stage as well. So this gives you a good sort of idea of what is samadhi, and the key difference between sabija samadhi and nirbija samadhi. One is you cannot sustain; it comes and goes. Another one, you become moving meditation, moving samadhi. You are just there all the time. Nothing will bother you. You have no desire, you have emotion, but you're not attached to it. Now, you have understood the nice jhana, the different system, different state of knowledge and jhana that you have acquired throughout different lifetimes to where you are now. And we also talked about the 8-limbed yoga system and the samadhi. And once you have that, you understand, you'll be easily actually come to a realization where you're at with life. Typically, we categorize people with this 4 state of awareness. Level 1, the victim mode. Nobody likes me. I'm in pain. My pain can never get better. I'm just feeling anxious. I fear. I can't do this. Right? This is a victim mode. And then mentality of life happens to me. Shit just happens. That's what people think. That's just people think. And this, you'll have to work on your Muladhara chakra and Swadhisthana chakra. All the exercise focus on these 2 chakras. You have to rigorously, without any compromise, and spend time to focus on awakening, opening your Muladhara chakra and Swadhisthana chakra. Next, those people who have their Manipura chakra open, why they're open? They have this strong ego. They have the power to change their physical life, right? Just physical life. They have money, they're succeeding, they're director, they're CEO, they're manager, they got this charisma, they're very attractive, they are good talker, all of those. Right. and they conquer the world. They said, I make my life, right? Ego and fear-based. If without the money, then nothing. That's pretty poor, actually, to think about that. So don't stay there and go another level. The fourth level is a lot of light workers, lots of quite advanced spiritual practice, or may not be advanced. So these people, they consider, I live my life purposefully. I found out what I do in trying to help people, heal people. I love what I do. I serve my community. I do this work without getting paid. So all of those charity work and philanthropy, and they feel like their purpose has been realized. Now that's not the end of it. That is still within the consciousness. And they have deep compassion for people. They cannot let it go when some bad things happen. And this is all without the proper understanding or absorption of darkness. So we have to go another level above, understand who I am, realize I am that I am. I arrives before consciousness. Now, when I say I arrives, you can see grammarly, we're using the word a little bit differently. When I say I am, to me, there is ego in it. So when I use I is, and with the third present tense, I remove that ego. I remove that first pronoun, identify myself as I. I is means actually it is. I arrives means it arrives. It means this sense of presence, of existence actually arrives before consciousness. Therefore, when darkness happens, or when lightness happens, when good thing happen and bad thing happen, we're not attached to it. We're not being concerned. We just let it happen. With this attitude, we can let things just happen itself. We don't have to do a lot of things in our life. Remember, we don't have to do with things. We do things, we have 24/7, but we try to do the least as possible. It's very simple. Life is actually supposed to be simple, and in fact, it's simple living. Do less. But the more we create, the more problems we create. And so at a higher level, we realize I am that I am. Then life happens as me, even if I'm not doing anything. But I'm vibrating with love and light. And we stay in the fifth and sixth level of samadhi. Well, not easy, but we practice, we give a go. Right? We continuously just sitting in meditation, doing nothing. Remember, the less we create, the less problems we create. If we don't talk, we don't create a lot of problems. Because a lot of talk is not wise words, but life goes on. Consciousness loves to keep easy, loves to keep busy, always keep on doing. Therefore, when you step before consciousness, you observe everything happens in the universe. But we don't take part of it. We just observe as it is. And all samsara, all illusion cease exist. Because nothing is permanent. Everything changes its state. Therefore, don't get too serious. Love. Be love. Love courageously. Love with wisdom. Have a love affair with everyone. And don't get caught up with this idea. Not attached to it. And just have fun. Love means to play. Lila. It's a game. And just play. Be fun. There's a four parts of mind. I'm talking all over this. You will know which part of mind you're actually using. Right, the first part is buddhi, is the intellect part. Now we all have that intellectual part of the function. We acquire knowledge, we obtain knowledge, we go to school, we take courses, we listen to experts, we try to write down, remember, do all of things, study, gain knowledge. Buddhi. Next, the other part of the mind, brain, is manas. Manas means memory. A lot of people suffer from trauma, abuse relationship, being abandoned, the living memory, never happy. Ahamkara is the identification with the body mind. And ego says, I need to be right. I am right. You're wrong. You said acquired knowledge is a hindrance. I do not believe in you. Well, what I did not say or did not complete that sentence is, do not stay in acquired knowledge. Challenge acquired knowledge. Expand acquired knowledge. Don't limit yourself with your master degree, your doctorate degree, your social title, your money, all of those. The moment you're attached with your identity, you're not going to be satisfied forever, because your identity is not forever. You're not going to be the president or CEO being rich forever. It changes. And you have seen that around your friends. And you know if you're happy when you watch this video, if you get a chance to watch this. The fourth part of the chitta, which is the key cosmic consciousness that we have to access in order to attain higher jhana or higher samadhi. Now you can see why I'm talking all of this. They're actually all related. Right, the jhana system, the three lower knowledge, physical, body, emotional. This is all stored in the lower three chakras. Right? And this lower three chakra, if you're caught up with your relationship with others, you have to practice your yama niyama. You have to sort out your environment, your relationship with all of these people. And this is also because we only use the three parts of the mind. We have not access, we do not even know there is a part called chitta. There's a part we can activate called the cosmic consciousness, which happens from heart chakra, Vishuddhi again, and Sahasrara. From Sahasrara, you begin to experience samadhi. So this is all related. One cannot exist without another. So as us, we're all somewhat associated. If you have come to this far and listen to this talk, to this point, we have connected one way or another. So continue to expand your knowledge, and don't feel that this information has sort of make you feel small or challenging you or make you feel uncomfortable. It's okay. Observe those emotions. You won't feel confronted, just like how I have been confronted by my teacher, by my guru, many times, and he is harsh. That's the word. Go inside, really pull off my ego and turn my ego into pieces. And this is the exercise that we have to do with the body mind in order to dissolve the body mind and let go. And so that we can go bypass the hurdles in experience higher samadhi. And to live a life, there's no necessary suffering, but there's no unnecessary suffering. So we remove those. We end our desires, because what is this? Okay, what is this branded watch, this chain? What are this? Your title, the big car? Let it go. It doesn't really matter. It's just just a tool, a temporal tool. Even this body is just a temporal tool. It's not going to last forever. So let it go. When we let all these external things go, we can just go inside lighter, right? Travel lighter. So here is what I wrote as my Gita after my 12 days intense meditation with Sunyata. And let's read this out loud and complete our conversation today. I am that I am, the absolute. I is consciousness. I is all around, yet nowhere to be seen. I is in the flowers, but it cannot be smelled. Eyes in the songs, but it cannot be heard. Eyes on the surface, but it cannot be touched. Eyes in all the delicious food, but it cannot be tasted. Eye is in and out of consciousness. Yet eye is not just consciousness, but prior to consciousness. I is the dancer of the consciousness. I is the painter of the consciousness. I is the singer of the consciousness. I is the actor of the consciousness. I is the performer of consciousness, yet I cannot be defined. I cannot be sensed. I cannot be perceived. I cannot be felt. I is everywhere but nowhere. I is seen in all identities, but I has no identity. I is not identity. I has no ego, no memory, and no intelligence, yet fully liberated. But I is not liberation. I is that. Thank you for watching and spending time with me. I encourage you to take this information, challenging it, test it, verify it with your own reading, your sadhana, your spiritual practice. Make it your own knowledge. Live with it and transcend it into wisdom. Namaste. Sending light and love to all sentient beings. Thank you.